Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. It's Wednesday morning and we are discussing the announcement made by Man United about this new 100,000 seat capacity stadium very close to Old Trafford, which is costing £2 billion. The Red Devils owner, Jim Ratcliffe, made the announcement saying that he wants to build the world's greatest football stadium. But when? And how can they afford it? What will it look like? And what happens to Old Trafford? We're going to be answering all these questions for you and more in today's show, so make sure you stick around, make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're not already subscribed to the Man United stream channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and more from one single daily dose. Right, in today's show, we're going to be answering all your questions. Everyone's got lots and lots of questions. We've been getting a flood of questions about this new stadium, what it's going to involve, how is it going to be built, when is it going to be built, what's it going to look like, everything and more. We're going to be answering all your questions in today's show. So the first one that we had lots and lots of fans raise was, how long will this stadium take to build? How long have we got at this Old Trafford, at the original ground, and when will we be seeing the new stadium being built, and when will we be moving in? Well, Manchester United believe that they will have this stadium built in 5 years. Yes, 5 years. Now that sounds like a long time to some of you, but in fact, these kind of projects take a lot longer. Estimated time for a normal project this size would take around about 10 years. Yes, 10 years. However, Man United feel that they can get this stadium built, this 100,000-seater stadium built in less than 5 years, which is ambitious. Now, how will the stadium be built? And that's probably another question that links into how fast that they can build it. The reason they can build the stadium so quickly under the half the time, from 10 years to 5 years, is because it's going to be prefabricated. Yes, it's going to be prefabricated. They've got an architect called Norman Foster. Now, he is world-renowned architect, has built lots and lots of crazy buildings, stadiums as well, and they've got him working on this. And he has said that this stadium will be prefabricated somewhere else, off-site, and then will be brought into Manchester and put together, just a bit like a Lego set or a Meccano set. That's how it's going to be built on set. Everything's going to be there. They just have to put the pieces together and boom, it will be built. Hence why it'll only take them 5 years. When does the building work start? Now, this is the big question. Many people have said, right, okay, well, great. They've announced that they're going to be building a stadium, but when will this stadium start getting built? Well, God knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Even Jim Ratcliffe yesterday said, well, there's no timeline for this, and there's still discussions going on with the government. So this could be a complete pipe dream. This could be a complete pipe dream that Jim Ratcliffe has come up with and the board has come up with just to shut up the Man United fans. Maybe genuinely. Do you know what? I can't put it past the Glazers and I can't put it past the board right now. As soon as the heat gets turned up, as soon as we have a few protests, and literally we've just had one protest last game, and suddenly we've got this news about having a new stadium and, you know, how things are looking greener and how United are looking forward to this £2 billion regeneration of Old Trafford, or rebuilding of Old Trafford. I really don't trust it. I don't trust it. We're cutting the bill for the Players Association for £40,000, yet we're announcing, on the other hand, a £2 billion stadium build. Do you get it? Make sense of that. Make sense of that. It does not make any sense to me. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the cost of this stadium. Do you think it's just a complete pipe dream, or do you genuinely believe that Ratcliffe and his team and Glazers are actually going to foot the bill? Or are they just going to literally get another law now and just put it all on us? Anyway, another question was, what will happen to Old Trafford? Now, there's some fans who are clearly attached to Old Trafford. I was at the beginning. I didn't like the thought of Old Trafford being knocked down and a new stadium being built. But we spoke to somebody who knows a bit about building stadiums, and he said, look, it's a lot cheaper and a lot more effective to knock down the old stadium and rebuild a new stadium. It's a lot easier, number one. Number two, it's actually easier to build in more facilities and things like that, and it's actually more solid. And, well, look, it makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense that if they can get a brand new building right from scratch. I think it's just better for Manchester United's future if we can get that. But again, I think it's been suggested by the architects actually that look, United will get rid of Old Trafford, knock it down, and they'll actually just go and move to a new building as soon as it's ready. How much does this new stadium cost? Now, we've already highlighted it's £2 billion, but that is, again, an estimate. We're not quite sure how much it's going to end up costing, whether it's cost more or less. I can say one thing for sure. These kind of projects always overrun in the budget. So £2 billion right now, it could end up costing us £4 billion in the end. And this is the risk. This is the risk that we are taking as a club. Where we're going to get that money from, that is the biggest question everyone's asking. How can United afford this? At one hand, they're cutting the bills for, the canteen and things like that, and yet on the other hand, they announce, imagine being one of those United workers that has just lost his job or her job, and then you're hearing United announce a £2 billion new stadium. What would that make you think? That is just, what? Where's that come from? Where has that come from? Just yesterday, we were going through Jim Ratcliffe's interview with Gary Neville for Sky Sports, and we were talking about how, he wants to look after the pennies and how he's worried about the debt. And the club currently right now are in a £1 billion of debt. £1 billion, and yet they've got the audacity to go ahead and announce a new stadium build for £2 billion. Where's this money going to come from? Well, most people, most critics, most experts believe that United will end up taking out a loan to build this stadium and repay that over time. I just hate the thought of that. I don't know about you. Drop your comments below. Let us know. This is the time for Man United fans to make their thoughts known. What do you think about this new stadium? Number one, do you like the design? I am not a big fan of it. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it looks a bit like a giant tent. I really don't like the look of it. Let me know in the comments below what you think. You might love the design. And then what do you think about the cost? And what do you think about the timeline? And what do you think about Old Trafford being knocked down? There's some huge controversial points all over this project. Which one is your main issue? Let us know. Man United fans, drop your comments below. Let us know what you think about this whole news and whether you're in favour of it or not. And the other big question is, if United are going to go and spend all this money building this new stadium, will that leave any money, any loose change to go out there and buy new players? Now, we heard from Omar Barada yesterday saying, no, don't worry, football fans, Man United fans don't need to worry. United will still go out and buy players. This budget is separate to that of buying players and recruitment. Again, I don't believe that. I really don't. I believe that this is going to pull on Man United's purse strings even further. And I think Ineos are not going to put their money where their mouth is, because Ineos haven't got that money. You heard that from Jim Ratcliffe yesterday. He does not want to put any more money into this club. And the Glazers, they've not put in any money into this club since they bought it, let's be honest. So that is it. So we're going to have to look for outside funding again. And we're going to put further debt on this club. I just don't like the thought of that. I really don't. Drop your comments below. Let us know what you think. You are watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.